promised, my roster preview series for the Atlanta Braves will continue, and tonight I'm going to cover the most intriguing, interesting storyline to watch in spring training, because we have so many quality options and not enough spots, and that would be the outfield. As of now, the only thing that we're all sure of is that Ronald Acuna Jr. will start every day and lead off, which, thank you Snicker for not overthinking it this time, and Marcelo Ozuna, who we inked to a one-year $18 million deal, will start every day in left field. 29 homers and 89 RBIs in just 130 games last season. So that is two very good cogs to have in our lineup, 1 and 4. And the rest of it is a logjam mess, and a lot of players in our outfield have a lot to gain or lose. Especially, I think the most intriguing player in this whole logjam is Ender Inciarte, because he had such a disappointing 2019 with injuries and inconsistencies at the plate to start off, and then he was starting to put everything together, and then the nagging, ugly, gross hamstring quad injury he suffered in August versus the Dodgers set him back big time. That was that really stung for him, because he was starting to put things together. And a 3-time Gold Glover in the outfield, he covers so much ground, and I think if he has a great spring, that is going to be a massive good thing for us, because Ronald Acuna Jr. is better in right field, just his arm, and Ender is just a fabulous fielder. And if he could just put together some things offensively again, just get some confidence going, and be the player, the all-star of a couple of years ago, that would be amazing. His contract is still very friendly, so there's that as well. Also, you've got Adam Duvall, who's back on a one-year, $3.25 million contract. He tried to carry us to the NLCS in the playoffs with some massively huge at-bats, and even through the regular season when we called him up. And I commend him for just keeping his nose to the ground and working hard, and it paid off big time for him and the Braves late last season and into the postseason. At note, though, Adam Duvall's contract isn't guaranteed, so he's got to earn a spot, and he would be a great asset off the bench versus lefties, especially versus righties rather. And then you got Nick Markakis. I know people are saying, why did Nick Markakis get signed so early? Well, maybe you're right on that, because now Jock Peterson's on the trade block, as the Angels-Dodgers trade did fall through, and Jock is only on a $7.75 million contract, as he lost his arbitration case. So maybe you're saying we'll pull the trigger a little too early on Nick Markakis, who's in the twilight of his career. But I will argue this: he is a great clubhouse guy, and we put a lot of stock into that. 282, 9 homers, and 62 RBIs is nothing to sneeze at. Plus, if you keep him down in the bottom of the lineup, 7, 8, 7, I would say 7, he gives you a pesky at bat. And a lot of times, pitchers will say they hate facing those guys even more than strikeout or homer guys, because usually there's more places to exploit. But with Markakis, he'll take a walk, he'll grind you for 11 pitches, and that's a key asset off the bench and in spot starts if we decide to go that route, which I think we will, because it's a one-year, $6 million contract, and then the clubhouse is, we put a lot of stock in that, so I think he will be on the roster. You've also got the prospects, the blue chip prospects Christian Pache and Drew Waters. And I think those two could determine whether Ender Inciarte is on our roster to begin 2020. Because if they force our hand and have a fantastic spring, then you gotta do it. Because Christian Pache, Chipper Jones even said it 2 spring trainings ago that he could come up and win a Gold Glove. Now, defensively and offensively, he's coming on very, very strong as a gap-to-gap hitter, and as he gets stronger, thus he's just 21 years old, as he works at it, weight room and stuff. Those 12 homers that he put up between AA and AAA in 2019 will go to 15 to 20, and he hit 277, 36 doubles, and 9 homers. And with that Gold Glove caliber defense already, that's why Ender has so much to lose, because he's got 2 youngsters breathing down his neck, and along with Drew Waters as well. He hit 309 with just 7 homers, but again, it's once you work out, get stronger, those numbers will get up. But he had 40 doubles and 9 triples. So again, you've got the gap-to-gap power is there, and once they get stronger, some of those will turn into 15, 20, 25 homers. And 309 batting average right now, I think Waters needs a little more seasoning, but I could see both of them making our decisions really hard in the outfield. And again, I think ultimately it's going to be Ronald Acuna Jr. in right, or center, Ozuna in left, and Ender in center to start the season. And I honestly think Nick Markakis and Adam Duvall will be off the bench in platoon situations, and those are 2 veteran guys that know how to do that. So again, there's great options, a lot to sift through, but the ultimate thing is good options are never a problem. They're never a bad problem, and the players are ultimately going to decide it. And you also got Charlie Culberson, and I think with the 26th man, he will end up on the roster because he can play infield as well. So we'll see how it goes. There's a lot to sift through, but the outfield, who knows what's going to happen. Drop down in the comments. Let me know what you see our opening day outfield as being. Subscribe because you don't want to miss my roster preview series and everything Braves up to the minute. As always, go Braves.